you're welcome again to my YouTube channel. Today it's a tutorial and I'll be showing you an alternative to airbrush machine as a cake artist. So I have here a hairbrush gun and this is very good. This is very handy. But then we have this very cheap alternative. This is just a spray bottle. It costs less than $1 and is an alternative. Now, before I go into the tutorial, I like to make it clear that this only work for powder dust colors. For the hairbrush, there are specific airbrush colors that goes with this airbrush machine, and some people use powder dust mixed with vodka, edible spirits, or what have you with this same hairbrush machine. But in the case of this plastic bottle alternative, you can only use gold dust, silver dust, dust colors generally, plus vodka. So I use dust colors plus vodka, all of that. So today I'll be using gold dust color, edible heart. That's the product I have here. I don't know if you can see it. So I'll be using this gold dust color. I'll be using vodka. You can use lemon extract. You can use edible spirit. Then I would mix this in a bottle. The thing is, if it's too thick, it won't come out, it won't spray nicely. Then another disadvantage about this bottle is it clogs easily, so you want to be careful. If it's too thick, you won't be able to use it for a long time. But because it's not expensive, you can even make it a one-off use. But most of the time I'm able to use it for months, depending on how well you are able to get the proportion right. So let's go straight into the tutorial. It's like a two-in-one tutorial because I'll be also sharing with you. I brought this first box from Nigeria. That's weird, right? In transit, I realized some of them got cracked, a little bit cracked. I'll make a clearer video. So I have some cracks. It's not so perfect, and some of them are intact. So I had this order I delivered for a customer yesterday. I was supposed to order Fox Gold balls. I ordered, and for some reasons I didn't get my order, and the delivery was due. So I just had to think of an alternative. For the kind of cake I was doing, trying to make fondant balls was going to be too heavy, and chocolate balls, I didn't have the time, I didn't have the chocolate, and I didn't get the payment. Like, the amount I charge is not worth making edible balls for. So I had to improvise. So I sprayed my gold balls different colors. It didn't really matter any color I like. So I just picked different sizes and I sprayed them gold, and it came out really nice. The disadvantages or the disadvantage of this, I'll also list them out so that you prepare your mind. Depending on the texture of your ball, there are some balls that are really, really like shining smooth. In that case, your dust might kind of be coming off, especially at the slightest touch. So when you touch it, the dust comes off. But for the balls that are not too smooth, for instance, I have two kind of silver in my hand. This is shining and this is just dull. So this is going to hold the dust better than this one that is shining, because this one that is shining would tend to like resist or prevent the dust from staying properly. But even at that, I was still able to use it. So after spraying, I carefully positioned them. Then with the head of a small palette knife, I just pushed it in. I didn't touch with my finger. Then for a few parts that I messed up, I touched it up again, and then it set properly. I believe the customer won't, it got to the customer safe. They won't know except they touch it and it start coming off or something. I can't really when I record this video, I'll check if it dries totally. But I didn't test that with the cake I made. So that's those are the two things I'll be showing you, an alternative to your hairbrush. Now for this gold dust and vodka mixture, you can actually spray an entire cake with this same method. I've done that for buttercream cakes, I've done it for fondant cakes. You can spray an entire cake with this very affordable bottle. So let's go. So I have my dust here. I'm just gonna take half teaspoon of dust. You can do 1/4. The good thing is if you don't finish it, you just leave it there in the bottle for some other time. So I have half teaspoon here. Then I'll add two of that as liquid. So I'll add two, one. So I'm just adding a little extra to rinse off the excess. Let's just say 2 to 3. Please, um, if you had two and it's too thick, you can add more. So let's say 2 to 3, depending on the liquid you're using. So I have this, then I'll pour this into my bottle. This is my spray bottle here, it's empty. So I'll just pour it carefully inside. Then you cover it, shake it together. So I have my gold ball here. This is a blue gold ball. So what I'll do is I'll just shake this together very well. Every time you want to use, you need to give it a good shake. Then I'll spray. Can you see the coverage? So it's always a mess. I like to stay in the zinc, but for the purpose of this video, I'm doing it here. So you can just stay in your zinc or you lay some paper on your work surface. So I'm going to spray this. Please, if it's not coming out easily, it's likely that you need to add more liquid. If it's not coming out, just add more liquid. Can you see how well covered it is? So it's quite thick. I may need to add a little more liquid. So I'll add a little more vodka. It's thick from what I'm saying here. I actually most time I eyeball it. Can you see? So if you just notice that it's not coming out, you just need to. So this is what we have. Just spray. When I'm done with my work, I just try and make sure that I press it and let it come, like spray it very well, and be sure that nothing is clogged in there. Then I keep it like that till the next time I want to use. The next time I want to use, I'm good to go. A few times I try to use it again and it's not coming out, I discard it. I try to check it, troubleshoot it, and it's not working. I trash it and I pick the next bottle. So it's as easy as that. I like the look of the finishing. I'll share some of the cakes I've done this with. So